Chronically Blue. Hello, my sleepy bears. My name's Chronically Blue. Welcome back to some more Sonic Adventure. Today we are going to be getting the A ranks of all of Sonic's trial stages because my chow needs time to digest his food. Cool. I love when we fail. So to get the A ranks, it does require quite a bit of like thinking and just making sure that you're doing everything right, as well as just doing as many skips as possible. Thankfully, it does not judge you based on score. It is solely about going fast, and I am a-okay with that. There is a skip here that you can do that I've never been able to pull off, but if you can, more power to you. You know, I just can't do it. So, anyway, nothing too difficult here. Just really using the spin dash for as much as you possibly can. Doing whatever fancy tricks you can see that you are like, you know what, I can definitely do that, or maybe I can use the spin dash in order to get up this slope. Just by doing those little steps in mind, you will most likely get there with more than enough time. And if the camera's a little like funky with you, just have patience, as well as make sure that you get to like solid ground before you start doing more stuff. But yes, just make sure to use the spin dash as frequently as possible. You can even miss that little thing right there as long as you just keep going. So here the time limit is 2 minutes. I want to say on the GameCube it was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or at least that's what I wanted to believe it was. And we can go right on up here, and then right on up here. And then just by jumping around here, we can get right on over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can just, ow. Yeah, we can just take that shot right in the face. And as long as you get on over here with about 145 left or so, you'll be quite alright. Now, there will be times where you'll have difficulty getting on top of the thing. Just keep practicing. Ooh, we got another koala. That'd be great for the Chow Garden.
Yeah, not bad.
Anyway, I'm doing this because I need to, for one, and two, because one of the secret achievements is to do all the A ranks with Sonic's stages twice. So that's why I'm also doing this as well. Just make sure to do whatever little things that you possibly can think of. Don't spin dash off here, the wind will not take you, you have to be running. I know, it's lame, it's what we do here. And then just, my goodness. As soon as you just get right on over here, that'll help speed things up along as well. You really don't have to worry too much about this as long as you follow my little guides and whatnot over here. Just doing whatever you can in order to save a few seconds really just goes the extra mile. Once we get right up here, yes, you do unfortunately have to wait for it to bounce 3 times before you to be able to move on over, but once you do, you can definitely just move around in the air in order to help expedite the process a little bit. Again, you don't have to do like every specific thing that I'm doing, but just like a little bit of it helps. You know, if you are having difficulty with it for one reason or another, just going through here will definitely help increase your time as well. Not to mention there is a little hidden shortcut right on over here, which we can do. The electric shield might mess it up for us, but that's okay. But yes, just by going right on over here, we can then go right on over to the spring. Is that actually faster? I don't know, but I'm assuming if you're watching this, then that means it probably is. There's going to be quite a few more shortcuts that we can find along the way, and I'm able to talk so confidently through this because this is one of the other ones that I've had practice with while I was trying to do stuff in the Chow Garden. My goodness, let's get up here, why don't we? Then again, this one is actually 3 minutes, not 2, so we don't really have to worry too much about getting as fast through this, but you know, it still helps. Ooh, that actually scared me a little bit because with Sonic stages, if you die when you hit a checkpoint, the time will continue. It will not reset for you, it will strictly continue, which, thanks. Love that. That's my favorite part of this all. Anyway, the one that I'm definitely going to have difficulty with is going to be Casinopolis, just because it takes quite a bit in order to get all those rings and everything. So for that one, I'm most likely going to be silent for the first part because I just really do not trust myself in order to do it well with everything going on. So, you know, here's something for that one. But with that, we have already finished 2 level A missions, which means we are just that much closer to hitting the 125 at the end of all of Sonic's missions.
Select a stage.
Okay, Casinopolis. I am definitely not confident in this. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause it here, see how to do it properly, and then I'll be right back with all y'all. So I will see you all right now. Okay, so Casinopolis. Not really a whole lot to this one. We are just going to go into probably the Knights table would be the fastest, honestly. So yes, we're going to go right into here, not press anything, and then just go right down into the sewers. And that is exactly what the progress of it all is. Just go down to the sewers twice, put all the money away, and then just hightail it. And thankfully, because there's only 2 bumpers here, as opposed to the 3 that are in the Sonic's table, I believe it is going to be a little bit faster. Maybe not a whole lot faster, but just enough for us to continue along with it. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do the little speed dash here. Okay, that was not at all what I intended to do, but that's okay. We're just going to go right through here. That'd be more than enough to help us. And for this one, we are going to go straight and then just start sucking up the rings, because we need at least 400 rings in order to get through this entire thing. Okay, with that, we are then going to try to get as many little time capsules as we possibly can for the rings, while also not beating ourselves up if we miss any. The left one is then what I'm told in order to help accelerate this all. Oop, missed one there, that's okay. I believe we have 4 minutes total in order to get all this. I believe, anyway. And we are then going to go right up on here. Okay, and then in order to skip this, we're just going to homing attack right onto the thing right here. That'll take us right up to the showers, so we can just go ahead and skirt right on out of here. And now, unfortunately, we will need to go and deposit the rings, because if you have even 50 rings, if you have over 100 rings, then it is not going to dump you into the sewers for a second time. Yes, and unfortunately there's still the invisible wall there that makes it impossible for us to continue.
Try and deposit as many
Yes,
rings
thank
as
you.
you can. It may even help show you the way.
Oh, will it now? Alright, so we obviously took the wrong way, and I have a very good feeling that this is not going to happen for me. Which, cool, love that. But yes, as of right now, we just need 200 rings, and again, the fastest way to do that is to just go through the sewers again. Because if we are actually playing pinball, then that would take way longer. Go figure. There we go. I highly doubt it's going to take less than 20 seconds. Oh no, we have 5 minutes on here. Okay. Yeesh, I was over here thinking like it was just going to be like a real time crunch. But nope. We're going to be alright. Oh, probably. I'm going to go right on over here to the right. Or forward, I guess, is the right way. And just make sure to not get hit by anything as well. Just suck up all these rings here. Okay, and here we go. I want to say that's going to be enough, and if not, well then, dang it. That's the best I could possibly say here. Oh my goodness. Come on, running out of time, running out of time. Once we hit the button, we're going to stay there, wait for the demo, the animation to play out. Okay, and oh my goodness. Oh, my heart. Wow.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, so we've gone ahead and done Casinopolis, which is honestly the one I will have the most trouble with, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Next up is going to be Ice Cap, which I have a little confidence towards. Not really, but then again, I feel like we're going to be fine. Because we have to do it in 4 minutes, and I'm pretty confident we'll be alright. Like, even with just going through and messing some stuff up, again, we'll be better. Thank you, Sonic. Yes, please, make it difficult for me to see. Hey, by doing that area, we've gone ahead and skipped it for the most part. Next, what we're going to do, we're just going... Cool. We're going to jump right on down here just to, like, accelerate this a little bit more. And then once we are going through here, we're just going to avoid as many things as possible, for lack of a better term. Okay, then once we're here, we can just go right on over here. And again, we're just going to go right through here. I'm definitely looking forward to snowboarding part, because that's the part with all the different things on it. And considering we went and got the sub-game emblem with it, I feel very confident. If you are feeling like you can spin dash across that, but because we are doing the time attack here, I really do not feel like I'm capable of doing that right now.
Use the panel to jump. It may even help guide your way.
Okay, and once that gets done, that will get lowered, and we can just go right on over to the snowboarding part. Don't worry, the time does stop here for the cutscene. So that makes me feel a little bit better. Now, there's not going to be any speed ramps over here, at least I believe there won't be. There will be on the second hill, though. So you really don't have to worry about much. The only thing I would say is definitely focus on the speed boosters once you see them, as well as jump off of any and every ramp at the very last second in order to help increase your speed overall. And then stuff like that will happen, where it just slams you into a wall, and you're like, great, this is exactly the opposite of what I wanted. Again, there's not going to be a lot of dash pads here, but there's going to be a little bit. Just going right up here. We can completely miss that. Awesome, love that. But don't worry, there will be quite a few dash pads over here. Okay, that was cool. I've never seen that one, actually. Look at that. Got all this awesome speed going on here. Like with Sonic the Hedgehog or something. I'm fine with missing that ramp. We'll be alright. As long as you just stay out of trouble, you'll be quite fine. I would definitely say practicing with the sub game, that will definitely help accelerate it as well. But we do have only 4 minutes in order to do this, so I'm really hoping here. But then again, we already see the final ramp in Eyesight, so I'm feeling a little more confident about this. Again, the only part that is really going to mess you up is specifically going to be the part with once you were down at the bottom trying to land on top of the capsule itself. That is definitely going to be the part that will stress me out the most. Okay, and just like that, we have already finished 4 of the missions. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4 missions.
Select.
Okay, so now we are getting into the very first cart that we can possibly see, and then we are just going. I had a failed attempt, which is quite alright, these things happen, but more or less we're just going to focus on getting as many rings as possible, as well as just taking as many speed boosts that we can possibly recall in order to help expedite the process. There's going to be quite a few shortcuts that we have to take in order to make it even possible for us to get through this, so, you know, here's hoping. We did get a 1-up, which is really good. And if you ever think, you know what, I can make it, try. Definitely try. It doesn't hurt anything. However, if you do fail and need to restart, you're going to have to quit the entire level because the checkpoint just keeps your time going if you restart. I know, it's not fun. Who made that rule? It's really dumb. Why does it only happen for Sonic and not everyone else? Listen, I don't know, okay? I'm just playing the game. I didn't say I made it. And we are coming close to getting a much better time than previously when I got like bombarded with the enemies and just had to like hold on. So I definitely feel like we're going to do quite a lot better this time than any other. Yes, it will. Fantastic. Almost had it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Wow, this camera is definitely not working with me here. Come on, even. There we go, thank you. So we're going to use a spring and get to the highest platform. Okay, now we're actually going to jump out and around. And there we go, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Select your character. Let's get him. Select a
Now you may be
stage.
wondering, okay, speed. I almost had it on speed highway actually. My goodness, that is really close because it's actually 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, you know, here's hoping. My goodness, I couldn't believe that I was actually really close to getting the time on here without even trying. Okay, so the only real shortcut we can take here is by taking the highway up here. That is quite honestly the only shortcut that there possibly is here. Other than that, just don't get hit by anything, don't get confused. My goodness. Okay, there we go. Now, as long as we don't get hit by the stupid blades, we'll be fine. And grab onto it, there we go. Now then, don't forget that you can also then just speed dash like a mad person. Get behind the rocket, there we go. And off we are. Whee! 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 Thank you for that, that was very helpful, honestly. Awesome. Love that. Off we go. Now, as long as we spin dash like crazy, I've been told that is a lot faster. Whether or not that's true or not, we're gonna find out. And it feels like it's a little faster. As long as we just avoid everything, we'll be fine. Oh, stop hitting me. Okay, and just like that, we have also done this one as well. My goodness. Sonic, this is not the time to be playing those games right now. I'll tell you that. Okay, Sonic? Okay, we are almost there, honestly.
Yeah, not bad.
121.
Select your character.
Hello and welcome to Post Commentary Chronically Blue. What you're going to do is once you hit that rocket, go all the way to the right to bounce off that spring, then you're going to spin dash and jump in order to hit that little switch right over there. As long as you hit it once, that's all that matters. Once you're on this rocket, go ahead and hold it up so you can land right onto that little spring area. If you miss it, that's a-okay. You can always do a homing attack onto that spring nearby. I hope you like the really fast-paced commentary because this took me quite a few times in order to fully understand it and get it myself. So, that's why I'm here with you right now. It doesn't really matter if you hit anything, you'll be more or less fine as long as you do those first few steps, as well as there's going to be a few other ways in order to save time throughout these upcoming areas. Isn't it amazing? Anyway, you can see me here struggling in order to try to get onto the zipline area, which is so much fun. Here you can do what I did, which is just a very well-timed speed jump in order to really help you get across the rough terrain, and then once you are in the air, you're going to go right across, but don't fret, as long as you hit these little windmill enemies there, you're going to be able to teleport all the way over. I'm just stopping in order to really gather my bearings to make sure everything's going. Also, it's very weird about how everything else stops when you pause it, aside from the machining in the background. I think that's quite unique. I'm just here in order to make sure that I got my bearings, in order to make sure everything's correct, and then we are moving on from that immediately. As well as I want you to know that this is the very first time that I've ever gone through and done all of the A missions for Sonic. For Tails, absolutely, fully easy to do. Then there's also a trail of rings right here that's really going to help speed up the process so we can move right onto the final litter area. Do not spin jump all the way over, that is where you would be starting. So as long as you go right here, as soon as you can grab onto it, you'll be more or less fine. And that will help speed us up so we can have more time for the lovely area here. And I finally understand where one of my things came from, and I'll be more than happy to elaborate this on the next episode. But when you go to the mission mode, don't worry, mission mode is going to be the next and final episode. When you go to the mission mode, it says that a fugitive has escaped from burning hell. And I know if you're a child and you see that, you're just like, I'm sorry, what? But yes, that proves that in Sonic Adventure, this is considered burning hell. The song title might not reflect that, but it's there and in the mission description. For what mission specifically, I have no idea. I don't know it off the top of my head. But I just remember having debates with people online saying that, oh no, this is burning hell. And they're like, it's really not though. And I'm just like, I know it's there somewhere. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. There's a trail of rings right over here. But if you feel really confident in your skills, you can try to spin jump over that. I'm not too sure if that will work. But as long as you just keep spin dashing as well as making sure that you're doing quite well, here it is really trial and error. Just do what you can. Make sure to keep spin dashing all up and down and all around, as well as jumping through the little areas in order to make sure that you get here. I hate you, Tails, for stealing that rocket, but it's okay. We have more than enough time in order to land perfectly onto the capsule so we can get the A rank within 3 minutes. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And yes, I had a feeling that it was officially time for the live commentary because I want to say I did post commentary previously, but it was not great. So that's why we're doing other way around. You know what I mean. For Skydeck, it's not that difficult, thankfully. At least I did not have a lot of difficulty with this one. With Final Egg, see the Final Egg or Hot Shelter. One of those two, I had quite a bit of difficulty, as well as with Red Mountain. My goodness, I cannot speak today. It's like you wouldn't believe that I actually did all this stuff, but, you know, somehow I did. And I have the achievements on my Steam Deck in order to prove it. Here, Sonic gets stuck there, but don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Because we have a lot of tips and tricks in order to help us speed through these things. First, just doing exactly what I did as a kid. As long as you just keep jumping around, you'll be more or less fine. However, Sonic does need some assistance in order to get away from that. So as soon as you are in the correct area, or once you have a good bearing of your land, you'll be able to jump right off that and make your way right on over. As well as be able to get speed shoes here, but we're not really going to be using them in the intended purpose of it, because we can actually jump right down and go right there. And because of that, thankfully, it means that we are A-okay in order to go right on through here. One thing that we have to do here is we have to time this pretty well. If you just jump into a homing attack, you'll be quite alright. And that is what we need in order to be able to make it all the way over there. Now, there's quite a few things I've seen over here. I saw one person be able to do a well-timed spin jump over there. How, I'm not sure, but I wasn't able to get it to work, so meh. You know, such is what happens. But again, as long as you are able to just keep everything going, because there's no barriers here, so you can just happily spin dash all the way as much as you want. As well as we're going to be showing you one of the unique little things that you can do for the final areas in order to really help speed things up there as well. And that'll really help bring everything to light, as well as if you see the number of the emblems varying, that is because I started with Sonic and then I decided to do the Chao Garden because I got frustrated with Sonic, and then once the Chao Garden was finished, then I went all the way back to Sonic. So you will be seeing us getting the 130th emblem once we finish Final Egg. I know, it's so exciting. But of course, for those of you that know, the final achievement is not about getting all 130 emblems. It is about, well, there's two actually. One of them is for getting all 60 missions, the other one is for doing all of Sonic's 8 missions with the special character that I will be showing you very soon. I will not be showing you me going through all the 8 missions with the special character because it's the exact same thing. I will show one of the levels off just to like help a little bit, but it just still goes to show that yeah, I'm not gonna waste your time if I really don't have to. Okay, and with that rocket launch, we are moving right on over to the next area, and thankfully there's quite a few tricks that we can do here. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with just a spin jump, thankfully. One thing that I didn't do there is you can very easily just spin jump at once you get to the top of the escalator, and you'll be able to move right on over, but I was not that skilled yet, so, you know, these things, they happen. Also, I have to sneeze really quickly, but I'm going to try to keep talking through it in order to negate that from happening. Once we get right down here, we can go ahead and, that's right, do a little spin jump right on over here. Now, I can say that with the spin jumps, it is about 80% accurate. So, as long as whatever you're doing it like the same way-ish, more or less, you have a pretty good chance of it being successful. There are multiple times where there will be a bump or something else in the way, and that will prevent you from doing it as you are typically intending to, but you're going to more or less get it within the good amount there. Okay, and with that, we have gone ahead and obtained that little area right there, which is fantastic. I'm just realizing now that there's some little areas that I completely like messed up because I started doing the voiceover without moving everything over, so that is all fixed now.
Select your character. Let's get him.
Of course, we're going back to selecting Sonic, because Sonic is the only person that we have left, and now it is time for a Lost World. Now this one, it's not the worst thing ever, I can tell you that much. I know it's a little intense, especially with the best clear time showing one thing over the other, but there's going to be quite a few things I'm going to happily talk you through here. First thing, just spin dash like a mad person. Just keep spin dashing, spin dashing, spin dashing, spin dashing, spin dashing until you get sick of spin dashing, or until you hit that little area there. And then with that, you're going to continue to spin dash. Don't worry if you get hit by stuff, just keep going, you'll be fine. Again, this is not the area where we're saving the most amount of time. This area does help us save time, however. By doing a well-timed spin dash right there, we'll be able to go right on over. Now, for this area, you're going to stand right about here-ish, spin jump, there you go. And that is important in order to help make the process of pressing the switches a lot easier for us to handle. As you saw when I did it the first time in the regular Sonic playthrough, it was a bunch of hitting buttons, raising water levels, hitting other buttons, raising other water levels, this and the other. We're going to step onto that water switch, do a spin jump, which failed. but that's okay. And then we're going to go right up on over here. Do not touch that water switch because that is exactly where we want it to be. And we're going to hit this button right on over here. That's the second button that we need. Then we're going to go right on over here. Then we're going to jump right on top of these little sprang things over here. And you can either do a spin jump or just a regular jump. It's completely up to you. Here we're going to spin jump in order to get to that red switch. And then assuming we did this in enough time, we will still be able to get onto this snake, whether the camera wants us to or not. And we are going to be riding it in order to help us make really good time. Now we can see that once we get right up on over here-ish, you got to be a little careful because the camera is not your friend here. But upon doing that, then we're going to make sure that everything is fine. As well as if the camera's a little wonky to you, check to see if you have the free camera or the auto camera selected. Whatever it is, go ahead and swap it over to the other thing. Just know that whatever it is, it's probably going to mess you up if you're used to using one over the other. As well as with the free camera, I do have to inform you that you can only move it left and right. You cannot move it up and down. Very annoying. I cannot tell you how many times I'm over here struggling to get the camera to work with me, and it's just working exclusively against me. So much fun there. But you're going to be seeing me toggle the camera on and off in weird positions throughout Final Egg in order to help me be able to see exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing, and how I'll be able to get things further. As well as there's some very nice things I can say moving up here, because there's going to be a clear shortcut that I wasn't even aware of until I turned my head. I'm like, oh, hey, look at that. That's a shortcut. That's a shortcut if I've ever seen one. Am I right? Anyway, you just keep spin dashing here. You're going to be more or less fine. If you cannot understand, that is the one key detail here, is to keep spin dashing. But there's going to be a significant shortcut along the way that I'm going to be showing off as well. One of them requires us using the anti-gravity pads. That's right, Sonic did it before Mario. Take that, Nintendo. Yeah, as well as that. Anyway, as long as you hit this button 2 or 3 times, then you're going to be fine. And then the important thing to do is to just do a spin dash jump. And then that thing is going to come out after us. But one thing that you will probably not notice is that if you stop to the little spike area where I was previously, there is going to be a big open area for us to just go ahead and spin dash right on over to. Right there, actually. And yeah, that is the final area that we need. So just by doing that, and then you can go ahead and save a few seconds just by charging up your light speed dash. And with that, that's all you really need in order to be able to hit that little capsule within the time. I know, I didn't even realize it either, but I guess that's why they have the camera like that, so they make you not see the stuff, so you spend more time doing stuff. Anyway.
Yeah,
not bad at all. Okay, with that, we have one final mission left, and that is going to be Final Egg. And Final Egg...
Select a stage.
It's unique, to say the least, because you have to do quite a few things. You have to try to avoid hitting as many things as possible, first and foremost, as well as avoid getting hit by the stupid lasers, avoid going into the springs, avoid getting hit by the stupid claws, which aren't even touching the ground, but somehow they damage you for some reason or another. And then just keep spin dashing, as well as there's so many things to look out for. The conveyor belts are one. There's a small time save with the conveyor belts right here, where if we spin, jump, and then homing attack around, we miss that, but that's okay. We'll be able to go ahead and restart using the checkpoint. And we're also going to go ahead and turn it on from the auto camera to the free camera in order to help us here. Or not, that also works. But yeah, that doesn't save a whole lot of time. It saves like maybe a few seconds, if that, but everything helps here with the final stage. I will say the final stage is not the hardest part. Neither are the Chao. The Chao are the most time-consuming part, but it is not the hardest part. The hardest part is coming up in the mission episode. That's right, they saved the worst for last for us. Aren't we special? Here, you can do a pretty good time save just by doing a spin jump right there like I just did. You don't have to. You more or less be able to do it the same way just by trying to do a very well-timed jump, then homing attack aimed directly at the capsule and not at the spinners. That will help as well. The other thing we can do here is hurry up and wait for it to go on over. Again, there's not a whole lot of time saves that I can go over that you probably haven't figured out yourself. It's just a matter of putting it all together in one fluid-ish way. As soon as you get a time save, great. Hit a checkpoint, and then just go ahead and restart, and then just keep going for it. And if you ever run out of lives, just, I don't know, hit the casino a few times, something like that. There's many different things that you can do in order to help build up lives in this game. I showed one of them when I did the Chao episode, which you can do that with literally everyone. It'll be a lot slower depending on the person that you're using, but it is still possible. You can still get a bunch of lives there. Here we're doing the same trick that I did previously, where we just jump, go all the way to the bottom, and there we go. Do be careful here, because it is easy to fall through the edge or the crack and just plummet downwards. So much fun, I know. But the only thing to do here is to just do a spin dash as soon as you get out of here in order to help get you past some of the areas. Then again, just keep spin dashing. For this area here, it's best to do a spin jump. Make sure to not homing attack, because if you homing attack, Sonic will go directly towards the pink things, which I want to say are meant to look like Kirby, but I could be very wrong about that. It's very much bootleg Kirby. But anyway, the fans here, just make sure to keep holding up, and then right here we're just going to go left, then keep holding up to float us all the way down there. If you want to do more stuff, you absolutely can. I went right here just to get the speed shoes. You don't have to. It's just what I like to do, because sometimes I like to be a little extra and a little careful. Okay, and then we're going to go right up here, right off that. And thankfully, that is almost the end of the fans for us. We are almost there. But then we have this little area here. And the exact area that you need to land on is very hard to gauge. But even so, with all the time saving that we've done, we're going to be more or less fine, just as long as we keep holding up here. And do remember that the time for this is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. As long as you just keep moving, you're going to be more or less alright. The best thing to do here is another spin jump just to help us get through stuff. We completely missed that checkpoint, which is A-okay with me, because that means that we get nothing more than to keep updating our time. Look at that. It's a winning in disguise. Am I right or am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Now somehow we actually managed to land on the platform this time. How we did that, I have no idea, but don't worry about that. Trial and error is the meaning of Sonic. Am I right or am I right? That's right. Doing another spin jump right over here, and make sure to take our time a little bit to make sure that we hit the checkpoint there. Then we're going to do a nice lovely little spin jump right up there. There are some rings up there if you want to look at them. There's going to be a mission coming up very soon in the next episode that we will look at to help explore stuff a little bit further. Here we just let Sonic do his thing because we didn't really have a choice, but don't worry, we're still well within the 4 minutes and 30 seconds that we need in order to hit the capsule. As soon as we land on it, there we go.
Yes.
So, you might be wondering, okay, cool. We now have all 130 emblems. We got all the A ranks for Sonic.
Yeah, not bad.
What could possibly be next? Well, unfortunately,
Select your character.
one of the achievements is locked behind DLC, but the secret character that we get is Metal Sonic. What I mean by the DLC, one of the achievements is to get 130 emblems using Sonic Adventure DX as opposed to regular Sonic Adventure. I know there is a way on some older systems for you to go through and do it, where you can just get Sonic Adventure by itself. Then if you want the DX add-on later on, you can purchase it separately. For Steam, I want to say it's locked at Sonic Adventure DX, I want to say. But once we've gotten all 130 emblems, we then unlock Metasonic, where we get to go through all 10 stages yet again. All 3 missions. So we get to play the same stage. So the same stages at least 6 times. That's assuming you get everything perfect. We know that's not going to happen with me. So I'm just showing you what it is and something that I absolutely ogled over growing up, as people that were able to do this and be able to play as Metal Sonic, because it was something I was never able to do. And just being able to do that, it definitely felt really cool. That's a little lame. It felt cool and lame at the same time. Like, oh man, yeah, I finally did the thing. And then you play as them, and you're like, this is just Sonic again, but reskinned. Like, there's nothing new here. This is lame. And to be fair, that is exactly it. But it's still a new playable character. it's something that they added that you can only do with the Sonic Adventure DX thing. I want to say that's correct. For regular Sonic Adventure, I'm not sure what happens if you get all the emblems, if you still unlock Metal Sonic, or if it's just, congrats, you did it, woohoo, way to go. You know, awesome. Totally tubular. I have no idea what happens if you get all the emblems in the regular Sonic Adventure. I only know what happens if you get all the emblems in Sonic Adventure DX. But again, here, I'm just showing you Emerald Coast as Metal Sonic so you can get a good understanding that, yeah, it's really just Sonic again. However, this Metal Sonic does not have any voice lines, which is very, very odd. Like, no woohoos, no ah yeahs, no oh no's, just no voice lines added for Metal Sonic, which is very weird. Why, I don't know. I guess they didn't really have a good voice for Metal Sonic back then, aside from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie OVA, which, that was a unique thing. I tell you what, I saw that in an old ice cream shop, and it was on VHS. I'm like, hey, can I have that? And I was like, sure, $5. I'm like, awesome. And I watched it, and I'm just like, wow, this is not good. But then you get to the Sonic versus Metal Sonic fight scene, and I'm like, never mind, this is worth it. You may know everything I'm going to do, but that won't help you, because I know everything you're going to do. Anyway. To be a weeb. Anyway. The only other thing that I will happily show you is this I found out.
Select your character. So, what stage do you want to play?
Yeah, so once you've played as Metal Sonic long enough, you will get some like different voice lines added in for the character selection and everything else through Eggman, I want to say, in a very menacing tone. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. See you all next time. Goodbye, my CB Bears.